Joining us now, the former governor of Massachusetts, the former Republican presidential candidate, Mitt Romney. Governor, thanks for coming in.
Thanks. Good to be with you, Wolf.
General Colin Powell was effusive in his praise for Barack Obama, but also scathing in his criticism of the McCain-Palin campaign and Republicans in general, among other things, saying this. Listen to this little clip.
On the Republican side, over the last 7 weeks, the approach to the Republican Party and Mr. McCain has become narrower and narrower.
I wonder if you want to respond, because his criticism was pretty complete in going forward and announcing his endorsement of Senator Obama.
Well, first of all, of course, there have been 4 former Secretaries of State that have endorsed John McCain. And I understand that Colin Powell feels differently. And, you know, actually, as you think about the Republican Party and whether its message is broad or narrow, John McCain, among Republican contenders, was considered one of those and is one of those who really broadens our party. So I think that particular criticism didn't hit the mark. But, you know, Colin Powell's entitled to his opinion, and I'll go with the majority opinion of the other 4.
I guess his criticism was, you know, why at a time when there are 2 wars and a global economic crisis and health care and all these other issues, why are the Republicans, in his suggestion, wasting time with Bill Ayers or accusing Barack Obama of being a socialist, stuff that he says is really marginal and small potatoes at a critical moment like this?
Well, take something like the economy and Barack Obama's view about the economy. Using a name like Joe the Plumber, I think in some respects helps people concentrate on the fact that Barack Obama's tax plans and his idea of redistributing income from higher income people to lower income people is a direction which is really not good for the economy, not good for Joe the Plumber. And this kind of discussion, I think, is helpful in letting people understand the implications of what otherwise are just sort of empty phrases that Barack Obama might put out.
Well, do you believe, Governor, that Barack Obama is a socialist?
That's not the word I'd use. No, I'd say he's a real liberal. He's not in the mainstream of the Democratic Party. I think he's more liberal than that. I don't think mainstream Democrats, like Hillary Clinton, would be excited about the proposals he's made. And I think his comment about redistributing income is one which would certainly scare a lot of people, certainly scare away a lot of jobs, hurt the creation of small businesses, which has, of course, been the source of job growth in our country. So I think he's off of the left wing of the party, and after all, that's how his votes have also lined up.
Let's talk a little bit about the polls right now. In our CNN Opinion Research Corporation poll, when we asked, and the numbers just coming out today, who would better handle the economy, Obama 56%, McCain 37%. Now, when you were running for president, the economy was one of your great strengths. What's happened to McCain? Why isn't he perceived as strong on the economy?
Well, of course, he's known as somebody who could deal with the kind of foreign policy challenges that we might face. And frankly, this weekend, I think it was Joe Biden said it's likely that if Barack Obama were elected president, within the first 6 months of his presidency, he would be tested by a foreign nation. And who knows how that test might come out, of course. And John McCain on that front scores very, very high. Barack Obama scores more highly on the economic front. Frankly, I don't know why. He hasn't had the experience of actually managing anything. He hasn't had to balance a budget for a state, a county, a city. John McCain has been in the Senate over these last 25 years, has been part of economic ups and downs, understands which things work and which ones don't. So I frankly think John McCain has a much stronger story to tell there. And hopefully in these waning days in the election, John McCain's message about strengthening our economy by strengthening jobs will make it through, and perhaps even this discussion about Joe the Plumber will ring true with some people. They'll recognize, hey, this is not just about a few people at the upper end. This is about the job creators that we all depend on.
And very quickly, because we're almost out of time, the criticism of Sarah Palin as his running mate, we heard Colin Powell say that reflects badly on Senator McCain's judgment, but you also hear other conservatives saying that whether George Will, or Christopher Buckley, the son of William Buckley, and Peggy Noonan, you know, you hear a lot of these Christian intellectual conservatives saying this was not a good decision by John McCain. Now, you want to weigh in on this one?
Well, you know, what Sarah Palin has been able to do is to really energize the base of our party. Everybody says that. I think they recognize that. She's drawing large crowds, probably large contributions as well. And she's done in that regard what I think Senator McCain was looking for. He wants to work with somebody.
But is she ready to be president?
Well, that's something which I believe the American people will assess individually and say, yeah, she's got the kind of executive experience that you'd hope to find from a person who's been a governor and a mayor. Frankly, that executive experience was something I pushed pretty hard when I was running. And the other three people on the presidential or vice presidential tickets here don't have that experience.
We'll leave it there, Governor. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Wolf. Good to be with you.
Elizabeth Dole's Senate seat used to be rather safe. She can't say that this year.